Hey, what's up? John Patrick Morgan here. How you doing? I want to share with you my best tech for surviving and creating and thriving in this lockdown in quarantine, especially with a family. Um, and it's an app that is a physical app, and it looks like this. It's not really an app. It's this. This is my best piece of tech. I got two of them. What are they? They're earplugs, obviously. And I wear these things. I have a case full of them. I throw them out after they get kind of gross, but I use these things all the time. And why are they why are they the best tech? Because one of the things that's part of my life outside of lockdown is space, being away from my family, having silence, allowing myself to be still, not be constantly stimulated by my 4-year-old loving, excited, powerful energy. I mean, I love him, but I need space from him because all that sound and that noise coming in stimulates my body and my system, and it means that my mind is running in the direction of whatever that input is. And so if I don't want to be constantly stimulated by him so that I can go in and be with what's in my heart and more I'm feeling on a more subtle level, I need space from him. And I've always known that. I get up early in the mornings before he's awake. I leave the house, but I can't do that now. Can't even leave. There's not even a place to go to outside the house. I've tried. I ended up driving in circles and coming home because everything's shut. The parks are closed. I mean, the beach is closed. It's crazy. And so how can I create space? Well, physically I can go in a different room, but my house isn't big enough and it's kind of old. It's 100 years old, so that like it echoes, even though the walls are thick. His voice travels. And so how can I have not just physical space in the sense where I can't see him visually, but I can't hear him. You know, it's not so much my wife, but sometimes she's on a call and I can hear the two people, her and the other person chatting, and I just want silence, want to get away, but I can't. But I can actually with these. Because I put these things in, and let me teach you, in case you've used earplugs before, most people don't use them correctly. Well, correctly. They don't know that they can work even more effectively if you do it right. So the trick is you put your hand over your head and you grab your ear and you pull it up. And when you pull it up, it opens up your canal. Now you can actually squish this thing and get it really deep. And if you go all the way down until you almost touch your eardrum and then let your ear go, and then it expands, and it's so much quieter than just jamming it in with your ear not pulled straight. So as you put these things in, everything gets quieter. Everything gets quieter. And it's not so quiet that you can't hear nothing. It's just that everything's more muted. And when everything's more muted, you can be more present with what's occurring inside of you. Like, I actually go out and be around my house a lot during my workday with them in. And so they might be talking, and I can hear if they need me, I can hear them, but it's just less relevant. And as these things are expanding right now in my ears, everything's becoming quieter and I'm hearing more of my own voice. So another thing that I love about earplugs, and I've been using them for a while in different situations, is not how it blocks out outside sound, but like when you yawn and suddenly you can hear what's happening in your body a lot more for that moment. I can hear my breath. I can hear when I'm really still, I can hear my heartbeat. And then it creates an internal focus. And that internal focus is part of also what allows me to be more in contact with what's happening in my body. Yesterday, I went for a half-hour run, 3 or 4 miles, I think 4-mile run. And I run barefoot. I don't wear shoes because I like to be in contact with the earth. But also when I had the earplugs in, my breath was a lot louder for me because I could hear it more. But also I could hear my feet hitting the ground. And I could actually hear how much impact my body was having, and I could adjust so that it was less impact and less strike just by listening to the way that my feet were hitting the ground. Because if my heels would strike it to any degree, it would be more of a thud inside my body. So it's just an example of where we by putting earplugs in, we actually raise the volume on our internal experience. So that's useful in the way from a meditative practice to bring more attention in. It's useful in the way to have I guess it is part of a meditation, but just more of an awareness as to what is actually happening in your body. Focusing on breath brings you into the present moment. Putting earplugs in makes your breath louder for yourself relatively, right? And so if you want space from your family, from your kids, you can actually have that space and have that quiet by putting earplugs really deeply in your ears. It's literally the best piece of tech that I have. I thought of it as tech because my friend Brian asked the other day, what's the best app you found other than Zoom to help you out during lockdown? And I was thinking about it later. I was like, actually, the best tech is actually these really simple earplugs. It creates a silent retreat. Like, I literally can't hear my kid now. I don't know if you can. I don't know if they're talking still in the back. I don't even know if the mic picks it up, but before I put them in, I could hear them, and now they're gone. They're gone. The house is empty. Not literally, but as far as I'm experiencing, it is. So it's just a different way of thinking about how you can have the silence and the stillness, even though you can't leave your house. You might be surrounded by family. If you try it and it works for you, please share, let me know. It helps me to feel good that I'm helping you. So, but most of all, thanks so much for watching and listening, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.